Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good day. It is Friday. We made it. We made it to Friday, you guys. We made it to another beautiful weekend. Oh, man. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is chilling. Good morning, Debbie. Oh, how is everybody's lovely lives this morning? It's crazy that when I talk about it coming into just time passing by, and I think we all are, Debbie. I know I am. I know this morning was a struggle. Yesterday was kind of a struggle too, but this morning was a struggle to get up. Um, Good morning, Amanda. Hey, Myra. Definitely was a struggle, you guys, to get my butt up this morning. And I'm just gonna enjoy this tea with you. I mean, this coffee. I don't even remember what the hell what am I drinking? So my grandson's birthdays are they're twins, and their birthday is this weekend. And they are turning 9. And it's crazy, that life just passes by. Life just goes. And in a blink of an eye, we just age, right? Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Anna. And so it's crazy that I will almost be here 10 years in this city, in this state. Probably the longest that I've been anywhere in like at least a decade. I would say 2 decades. This is the longest I've been anywhere. Um, I've kind of moved around by choice the last couple decades since I turned, I think, 20 something. So it's pretty cool, just kind of looking back and seeing the growth, the change, and like, damn, almost 10 years here in Florida. Although I lived in Florida before, so if you count those 3 years, it's about 13 years. But this particular moment, it's almost 10. Hey, Rachel. So it's Friday. We are chilling. Who's got the weekend off? Who's got plans? Hopefully, you guys got some plans for the weekend. Hopefully, you guys are going to vibe, do something for the weekend. I will be working, and it's because I have a lot of shit to get done before the end of the year. So I will be crunching numbers and shit and crunching paperwork. I should say crunching papers is what I'll be doing. Probably be getting very pissed off at the paperwork and crunching numbers. Good morning, Benny. I bet. Um, they're my babies. They've been in my life since they were in the womb. So they're definitely my babies. I love them dearly, and it's wonderful to see them grow. It is definitely beautiful to see them grow and to be able to be a part of their lives. And them come and tell me all the stuff that everything they do, they come and tell me. Everything that happens, they come and tell me. Um, so I have a really good relationship with my grandsons, and it's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't change it at all. Good morning, Wana Wana. Good morning, Kat. Aw, 11 and 17. Definitely two interesting ages, right? 11, the pre-teener, and 17, the almost grown. Definitely two different ages. Um, so this morning I wanted to talk about when you're empowered. And so we're going to focus on women, right? Because I'm a woman. Can't really talk about men. I don't know how it is, right? I am very much an advocate for men, as I always try to see it from different angles. And I have seen a couple good men go through some shitty baby mama drama. So um, I do try to, for the most part, make sure that we kind of always look from both sides, right? I got them. I blocked them already, Debbie, because not every man is a piece of shit, right? Even me, who's had a stream of not so nice dating experiences, to me, every man is not shit. Aw, 4. That's a cute age, 4. So, but I am focusing on, of course, women's empowerment, because I come from that standpoint. Problem is when you're an alpha female. So, how many of you actually feel like you're an alpha female? I'm interested to know how many of you really are like, I'm an alpha female. There's such a difference, right? There's such a difference. Alpha females do vibe different. Not that they're better or worse. They just vibe different. And I never really realized I was one until I realized that, even though a lot of people liked me, even though I was pretty popular, where my people knew me, I never really wanted to be in a group. Like I didn't really give two shits about being in the popular groups and stuff. I never did it. I was a loner for most of the time. Like I would go hang out with people, but for there's a huge point of me just being a very big loner. And I don't think people realize that about me, realize that I was such a loner at times. Um, and then especially getting into my older years, like in my 20s, I still didn't care for the all the friends and calling people all the time. And I would see people who would be constantly having these conversations, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you every day. Not because I don't like you, just because I don't want to talk to you every day. I don't have nothing to talk about with you every day. I feel like if I talk to someone every day, we'll be talking about the same shit. I don't know how much new, especially when I was younger. It was like, what new shit do we have to talk about? Maybe not now as I'm older and wiser, but when I was younger, it was like, we didn't have shit to talk about. We'd just been talking about the same bullshit. Good morning, Victoria. So when you're an alpha female, not to say that you're rude or mean or whatever the fuck that's labeled, most of the time you're very independent in your thought process, right? That is one of the characteristics. You're very independent in your thought process. That doesn't mean that someone can't come in your life and take advantage of you. Okay. It just means that you are very independent. So you're not going to kind of fall for just anybody saying anything. You're one to question things a little bit more, right? Unfortunately, being an alpha female, if you are one, you know that a lot of guys are imitated by that. They're imitated by that energy because you carry that. It's kind of like what people would call a masculine energy, right? Um, and it's sad, and it's sad that men get intimidated. They do, and it's crazy because I think a lot of men don't realize how that transpires on the woman, right? So for myself, coming across men who were intimidated from like my energy made me feel like I wasn't worthy. It made me feel like I was lacking something because they would never own that. They would never own that's the reason why they couldn't be with me, or that's the reason why they shied away from me. They would never own that part about it. So I was always left to, go up in here, which my mind already had negative shit, right? And so when you already have negative shit in your head, your mind starts to create the negativity. And you have assumptions. You're left with assumptions because you don't have the truth. You're just left with the assumptions. And so, unfortunately, as a alpha female, you just have to kind of understand that more than likely you won't have that person. And and it just is, it's kind of reality. Not to say there's no man that will love you, or there's no man or woman, should I say. I don't want to say man, because who you date is who you date. Not to say there's no one that's going to love you, but it is a lot harder to get into a relationship as an alpha female, because you're striving for things, whether it's your career, whether it's your life, whether it's your opinion, whether it's your values, whether it's your morals, whatever it is, you're striving, and you tend to stand in that more than other females, which I think it's beta. If I'm correct, I think it's like beta. I think it's called beta females, alpha beta. I think that is right. Somebody quote me if I'm wrong. Not quote me, but someone tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, the Opie whatever is a scammer. Boo. I already blocked them. There's always gonna be scammers on these lives. That's what they do. They troll the lives, and then they say, "Hey, beloved, I'm guided to your name." Blah 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 blah. Don't fall for it. So I wanted to talk about that today because I think, like I said, I think sometimes, especially my lovely, beautiful, courageous alpha women, stand in your power. Don't change because others are intimidated of your energy. I've gone through most of my life with people judging me, and treating me a certain way just because they're intimidated of me, just because something about my energy rubs them the wrong way. and and it used to affect me deeply. I used to be like, I'm so loving. How can you, treat me like this? I'm so loving if you just got to know me. But that falls into trying to prove, right? Trying to prove your worth to people. So stand in that power. Whatever it is that you strive for, whatever that is that you do, don't change you. Be authentic to you. The right people will eventually come into your life. The right people who are not afraid of you. The right people who are not intimidated by you. The right people who will either find inspiration from you or will inspire you to keep standing in that power. I think, unfortunately, it's just how it is, right? And we wish that people could just see us and not try to take something away from us, right? But people aren't like that. Especially as an alpha female, you will always have someone trying to belittle you or break you down, or unfortunately, because they feel insecure next to you, they then project their insecurities on you. It's comes to a point to just become aware so that you don't allow it. Because despite what they got going on, as long as you stand in your power, you never have to worry about that. You're being authentic to yourself. Exactly, Kat. I've experienced it with my own family. Especially like with my mom, and I don't think she realized, a lot of the things that transpired from that. Which of course we've worked through things, and I love my mom dearly. I don't have no beef with my mom anymore. It's one of those things that you just got to work through and you got to understand. Um, and I look back to just people I've known, family, close, I'll say acquaintances, because I don't call people friends anymore that aren't friends. um but even that, when you look back, you have people who jump into that judgment or their fears. And especially, when we're talking about projection, one of the things this week that was coming up was, I've heard a couple times where when we're getting guidance, right? Let's say we ask our friend, what do you think about this? I'm going through this, blah, blah, blah. And that person has never done it, right? This person has never been in your shoes. They've never done it. They have no experience in what you're asking about, right? What kind of like true help are you going to get? Like, what insight are you truly going to get in this situation if this person hasn't either been where you've been or have already done what you're asking and made it out, right? A lot of times we're asking people opinions, or we're allowing people's opinions for people who have never done shit, people who haven't made it, people who ain't striving, people who aren't out there, risking, taking risks, right? So I think a lot of times we want assistance and we want guidance, but I think we're getting it from the wrong people. And if you are an alpha female, even if you're not an alpha female, and you still tend to see that you got people who like always end up, it's like steering you in the wrong way, you know, because either, like I said, their fear, you could tell when it's someone's fear based, right? And if you can't, you just kind of have to look at it, the information. And when you're afraid of something, you're afraid of what may happen. So when someone's saying something, in their words, it's going to be what may or could happen, not that it is happening. And there's a risk with everything we do in our lives, right? Everything, there's a risk. Every choice we make, there's a 50-50 chance it doesn't fucking work, right? Right. I think there's all, and there's all levels, not just being like an alpha female. Of course, you will have negative people around you. You will have, people who will project their insecurities on you. But I noticed that with alpha females, it happens a lot more, um, because of your nature, and because more people, your energy is different. We are balls of energy, right? And when you are capable of standing in your power in an energy basis, people with that lower energy, they just automatically kind of get like, oh, wait a minute, what's wrong? Her energy. Um, Especially when you're a beautiful person, right? Especially when you know that you would never do what people try to make it seem like you would do and shit. That's all projection. It's all projection on other people. I've had the pleasure of this life to deal with that, like my entire life of being judged and like persecuted in this life on so many fucking levels. And now where I'm at, I'm just kind of doing my thing. I don't give a fuck. I think you just got to get to a point where you just don't care anymore. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks about me anymore. And I've always been that person, but it was a front for a lot of ways because it would affect me. Like, I wouldn't let you know it affected me, right? I wouldn't let the public know it affected me. I would stay with my mask like, no, fuck that, I'm strong. But inside it would hurt. Those projections, those, making me feel a certain way, those, men that backed away and didn't even tell me why, and it would make me feel a certain way. But I would put my mask on and I would be like, nope, I'm good, I'm strong, fuck that. Now I really gotten to a point where it's just like, let it go. Let it go. People are going to be jealous. People are going to hate you. People are going to look at you and take shit the wrong way, you know? And unfortunately, like I was telling someone this week that if I'm single for the rest of my life, I'm okay. I just refuse to just let anybody in my bed. I refuse to just, because I want a man, I'm just gonna let anybody next to me. And I damn sure don't want anyone who's not looking at me like, damn, she's fire, like, no, no, I don't want nothing less than that. And I'm okay to stay single. And so, the thing about being an alpha female is you will be okay. You will be okay. You stand in that at the end of the day because you've only had yourself really in this life. You will stand in that energy. Regardless to what family you have around you or people around you, you will stand in that because you know you will be okay. You know you got you at the end of the day, right? Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Brenda. And sometimes death changes us too. You know, sometimes, I talk about my daughter's death at 15, and that showed me a lot of true colors also of people that were like so fucking fake and phony about it. Um, People who actually, went and put money jars at stores and never turned in the money to us. There's a lot of shittiness that happened. A lot of true colors to a lot of people, you know. Exactly, Betty. That's that Sag energy, huh? I refuse. I refuse. I've got, I used to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna be fucking single forever. And it was like a death sentence, right? Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking be single forever. I'm never gonna be married. There was a time where I actually used to get jealous. I would. Let's be honest, right? Who hasn't? Get jealous off people like, damn, this person is married. Y'all know you've said it, right? You know you have said it. You've been judgmental, like this fucking person's married and I can't even find somebody. And I didn't realize that that person's not an alpha female, one, right? That person doesn't have their own mindset. And then the relationship is shitty as fuck. And they're bitching and complaining about leaving it every day. And so it was just like, well, wait, what am I really mad at here? What am I truly mad at in this moment? What am I truly jealous? Jealous of somebody's shitty relationship? No, you know. So that's my own experiences has brought me to a place of understanding that that no, it's not bad to be single. It's not bad to be alone. It's not bad to wait for someone who truly appreciates the woman that you are or the alpha woman that you are, right? It is not bad because other women and let's be real. Women are shitty as fuck to each other. Let's just call it like we see it, right? Women are fucking evil to each other. Women are horrible to each other. And I've never been that woman to talk shit about someone. I'm always like trying to give props to someone. And I would have a couple friends that would just, it's like they always had to talk shit about somebody's clothes, about somebody's hair, about this. Why is that person wearing that? And it's like, why do you got to talk about them? Can we just go out without you talking shit about the next fucking person? Like, Jesus. That's when you start seeing like somebody's hurtness inside. They always got to point fingers at people while you're out. But um women unfortunately are very, very, very jealous of each other and have to bring each other down. And I hope whoever's watching this, if you are that woman, just check yourself. Just fucking check yourself because it's not okay. It's not okay. You have women who try to make you feel bad because you're not married, make you less than. I remember one time I was at this one job I had, and everybody was talking about relationships and stuff. And I've been a woman who's been very fucking single. And I went through a lot with my daughter's father. That was like the last man that I ever went through all of that crazy shit. After him, I was like, never again. After him, it was like, no, the fuckery's dead, right? And I remember her saying something that when we were talking about, we were talking about cheating. And, I did get cheated on a lot. He cheated a lot. It's kind of known. It's not, it's not nothing that's secretive. And I never could understand why, and that's a part of something I went through, always thinking I wasn't enough because he would always end up cheating. Had nothing to do with me, right? That was his insecurities, his bullshit, whatever the fuck had going on with himself, had nothing to do with me, right? But you always internalize it as if you're not woman enough because this person does what they do, right? And I remember her saying, I'll never forget it. She said something like, I didn't put it on him good enough. And I was like, wow, it's interesting that you think that. Because, you think that, sex is going to keep a man. It's like, that's your rational, that's your rationalization of why this person cheated on me. Okay. So it's stuff like that. That's like, women are shitty to each other. Blame the woman, like, you're a piece of shit. That's why he's cheating. The same person, though, always complaining about your fucking marriage, about how you're gonna divorce this person, how you're gonna leave this person, how they get on your fucking nerves. And it's just like, you'll have that person who's demeaning in that way. And they probably don't even realize that they're demeaning. Like the person I am today, I would probably call it out like, do you even realize how you're saying it? But of course, back then I wasn't where I'm at today. I wasn't all spiritual and kind of knowledgey and shit, and you know what I mean? All Buddha and shit to people. But people do. And women are harsh. And this is why I would always break away from the cliques and the crews of women because of this. It was always backstabbing, always talking shit, always taking shit one way and deflecting shit. Right, exactly. Hey, boo. Good morning. And I don't ever want anyone in my circle these days, as where I'm at, if we can't uplift and inspire each other. And that's not being mean, and that's not being a bitch. It's just saying I'm very protective with my energy. I don't run around degrading people. I don't run around demeaning someone. If I see something good in you, I'm going to tell you. If you have stepped out of line and you're doing some destructive shit, I'm going to say it. If you can't understand that and you get defensive, that's on you. I can, Daniela, if you need me. Exactly, Stephanie. And the thing is, the healing, good morning, Melanie. The healing that I have done in the past couple years has I've understood that it wasn't that I wasn't enough. It was that inside I wasn't enough for myself. So I called in these insecure men, and these insecure men could never deal with me in that way. Whatever it is, whatever the fuck their insecurities were, right? Because all we're left with is assumptions. We never get told the truth. We never get told like why. You'll hear stuff like I'm not good enough, or you deserve better. Let me tell you, when a man tells you that, believe it, trust it, just fucking trust it. I don't give a shit if it's a man or a woman, whoever you date. If someone tells you you deserve better, trust it, because you do. They know it. They're telling you. Stop trying to make them think otherwise. Don't fucking try to change their mind. Just say, okay, I get it. You know? Don't try to change their mind. Let it go. Right, right. I think unfortunately, you guys, women are very destructive and catty. And I hope that everyone who's at least following me, listening to me, changes or becomes aware of their own behaviors. You know, I can't say I've been like the best person, because sometimes my rawness gets turned into into something else. I like to be very raw and real in my feelings of what's going on. But I will tell you, I've learned how to stop putting my opinion in other people's lives. I was very bad with that, of putting my opinion where it's like, does my opinion really even matter right now? Do I even need to say my opinion in this particular situation? Probably not. But I think instead of tearing each other down, or like you'll see it, you'll go out with some people. And if you see someone who's ever out with you and you're out, and that person has to point out other women like, oh, why is she wearing that? Who does she think she is? You should break away from that person. I don't give a shit if you knew that person 20 years. or at least step up and say something. Don't just turn the other cheek. I think we let people slide with a lot of shit that maybe we should say something. Maybe we should be like, let that person do them. That person's feeling good in that outfit. Let them do them. Give that, matter of fact, walk up and give that person a fucking compliment from getting out of their comfort zone and wearing some shit that they know people are gonna fucking talk about them. You know? I think we have to change that. I think if you find yourself constantly, if you see someone who's constantly trying to pick out somebody's problems or issues, they got deep shit going on that needs to be addressed, right? And I mean, let's be real. Right, Stephanie. I think once you get to a part of once you get to a part of um like you kind of level up a little bit, you understand that when you really start to understand your worth, right? You just won't entertain the shit. We all know the signs and symptoms, but we all know the red flags. Um, I've seen it, the energy. I've felt the energy. I will say I have felt the energy more when a man gets starts to get that insecure energy with me. It happens really fucking quickly. Even women, you will feel it. You'll feel the difference. You know, um, when people are always telling you something like, if you don't look good, or it's the way that people say things. Like, if you know, and like I use jobs probably more as a scenario, because even if you don't have friends, you go to work and the people around you, you deal with them, right? Right, Brenda, right. That's always been my thing. I'm like one of those people where I could look like a gypsy one day, right? I could look like I'm so fucking hip hop one day. I could look like I'm a rock star the next day. And then I can look like I'm a hippie the next day. I love being versatile. I don't have like one particular look. I don't have one particular style. Um, I don't. I like I like a variety of music. Even when I was younger, in my 20, when I got to about 17, 18, that's why I started breaking away from everyone, because everyone was still so fucking hip hop. And when we would go to the club, I didn't want to just be in the hip hop room. I would go over and venture to the techno room. I'd go to Spanish clubs. Um, I would venture out. I would go to rock concerts, and no one wanted to do that. All they wanted to do was like, either go to the hip hop room or have house parties. And I was just so different. I broke away from that. I was always going to different things. And I think you got to just choose to be different and be okay with it. Right. Like, if today I want to be a bum, guess what? Today I'm going to be a fucking bum. And then, like, even I've never been a person who's been a lot of makeup. You just don't ever see that. All my pictures, the most I would put on is like eye stuff. That's it, or my eyelashes. I'm not a person of makeup. And you get judged, like, oh, if you only do this, and it's like, why the fuck do I need to do anything? Why can't I just be natural? Why do I need to like fix myself up? And I don't understand that, ladies. I do have to say and call ladies out on this, because I don't understand why so many women do this. So many women, like, they'll see me with my hair, and it's like I need to like comb my hair or some shit, or I need to like, it's like, no, I like my nappy shit. Like, I like my tangled ass wild wolf hair. Like, leave me alone. Exactly, D. I think a true friend, and I think people take that term very lightly, but I think a true friend is going to be uplifting and encouraging and not judgy. I don't think a true friend is ever a friend if they're judging you, where they're putting you down for something and you're not allowed to be your true self, right? My hair gets on my damn nerves though, but it is what it is, right? But if I want to have a messy bun 7 days a week, I'm gonna have a messy bun 7 days a week. Who fucking cares, right? Like when I was in my early 20s, everyone started wearing like heels and stuff. And I'm a tomboy, right? That's just me. I was always a tomboy. Even though I used to play in my mom's heels, when I got older, I wasn't elegant. I wasn't elegant, you guys, that to elegantly walk in some fucking heels, okay? So heels were not the business for me. I'm clumsy too. You guys, I'm like a natural clumsy person. So I was the one, the kid that would walk into a wall because I'm not paying attention type shit. Um, so I wasn't in heels. I was wearing chucks. I wasn't in heels. So I got judged a lot for shit because I wasn't the normal or what people perceived as normal at the time. I think you just got to be your authentic self. And if you're young or you see young people and you hear someone chastising somebody else or putting somebody else down, step in, say something. Don't let it just go. I think we need to be our authentic selves more and allow people to be whoever that is inside. I can't walk in heels to this day. I mean, I learned how to do it, right? But I'm not a heel person. And I know some of these outfits just look so cute with heels, but I'm just not a heel person, you guys. I'm not. Look, it says be real, not perfect. It's a theme. So by alpha, whether you're an alpha woman, it doesn't matter. I think as ladies, we have to get to a point of supporting each other and offering that support instead of judging, being judgmental, and bringing somebody down or putting our fears into someone else's life or judging them because they're bolder. Because let's face it, some people are bold. And I'm like, man, I want to be as bold as you, boo. Girl. I have seen, have you guys ever seen like some people post like these women running in fucking heels? I would bust my ass running in the heels on the treadmill. Have you guys seen the guys on heels? I can't remember the group name. There's like three of them be fucking it up on some stilettos. Oh, I wish I could remember their name right now. I know you guys have come across the videos. My jaw damn near fell when I said that. And I'm like, oh, if only somebody teach me. Somebody, I know you guys say like if I start doing it around my house, I'm like, yeah, probably not gonna happen. Yeah, right. I'm bolder now, Brenda. Like if you guys saw the EDC pic right recently, that's the boldest I've ever been, except for one time in the Bahamas where I decided to wear a two piece and say fuck it. But I don't look at it as like, who is she? To wear that. I'd be like, man, I want that confidence. You bold, boo. I love it. Like, damn. So I'm not the only one who would fall down in the heels, right? So I had this one time where I was at the club. I was like in my 20s and I fell down some stairs. So they thought I was drunk. And I hadn't drunk anything. Like hadn't even had my first drink and fell down the stairs. You guys, I can't. I can't in life. I'm very clumsy, so me in heels just if you see me ever in heels, it's gonna be to take a picture and that's it. Let's get a picture real quick and then let me switch out my shoes. There was a brief moment in my early 30s where I got comfortable in heels and I was dancing and in heels. But that was in my 20s. I don't know how for the split second of me, you know, vibing, was able to do heels, but then yeah, that was gone. I like more platform heeled shoes because I need some kind of balance. I don't really have good balance, so I need some type of balance here. So my moral today is just if you have been someone that you feel like um, kind of alone or set apart or you feel like you've been kind of segregated from the rest, right? Just know those are the beautiful qualities within you. Keep them. Don't let them fade. Um, Stay in that authenticity. Stay in who you are. Allow yourself to vibe in that way. And if people don't like you, they just don't fucking like you. You know, don't keep putting yourself around negative ass people. I don't give a shit who it is. I really don't care. You guys know I will tell you. I don't care if it's your mother. Get away. Don't let people and their negativity bring you down. Don't let someone and their fears bring you down. Keep striving for the very things that you want. Keep promoting the things that you're doing. Keep being bold and stepping out of your comfort zone, pushing yourself to the next limits, pushing yourself to the next, height of wherever it is that you're going. And then let's, as women, because I only can speak as a woman out here, right? As women, let's start sticking up for each other versus allowing people to tear each other down. We don't need to tear each other down as women. We're not in competition with each other. We're not. We're not competing together as women. You know, we need to stand and have that where we boost each other. We have enough people in our lives tearing each other down, right? We have enough diversity against us as women, right? Let's start choosing to be there, to be the positive one, to set the tone in a room. Be that alpha female to change that energy. And who doesn't like it? Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I love flats. I'm a flat person in sneakers. That's pretty much me nowadays. Right. These scammers is real, and now Janet is a scammer. I just, I've seen it all too much, and unfortunately, I don't feel like I have said enough. I think that I think I could have definitely stuck up for more people in my life where I just decided to not say anything. You know what I mean? Just because the person who was doing the tearing down happened to be someone I knew or a family member. And I think there's a lot of times where I should have. I don't dwell on it, but I'm going to be honest about it. Yes, definitely could have said more. It's only recently in this path, and I've been on this path the last 3 years that I've actually been like, let that person be them, or let that person, do them. Leave that person alone. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people want you to chime in on some bullshit. Exactly. Just be you. And that vibe that you have, let it. You know, um, I've been on this social media platform shit for what, a little over 2 years. And it's come with a lot of hate. It is what it is. I'm not changing my vibe. I'm not going to stop shining because somebody else's insecurities are bullshit, you know? Same thing with relationships. I'm not going to dim my shine because a man can't handle my energy. It is what it is. You know, I'd rather roll solo. So just remember that if you're rolling solo, don't think twice. Don't overthink it. Stay in that energy and understand there's reasons. The right people will come once you start to just stop doubting yourself, stop overthinking yourself, stop putting yourself down because other people can't get you. Stop asking what's wrong with me. There's nothing fucking wrong with you. You just have to accept yourself and accept that you're different from the masses, right? And then once you get to that point where you understand that you're different from the masses, the right people will start to come. The right people will understand you. The right people will flow in your life and stay, right? And then people will still flow into your life and challenge you. People will still flow into your life to see, are you standing in your power? Are you truly in your power? And if you're truly in your power, it's not going to make or break you. But you're going to get those tests that will come to see, is she really in her power? Are you truly what you say you are? Are you truly standing in that integrity? Right, exactly. I do believe like sometimes you have to watch what you say, and your opinion is not always needed. That's why I said earlier, your opinion is not always needed. I used to be a very opinionated person. So I always felt like I just had this righteousness to fucking say some shit. And now I don't. I don't feel like my opinion is needed in everything. I don't feel like I need to speculate and talk about everybody's situation. I just kind of do my own thing. And if someone comes to me, they come to me. You know, it's like, okay, there are some stuff that I will speak on if it comes up, you know. Good morning, Trina. I feel like I said, you will have people close to you that will not like you challenging their shitty behavior. You will have people that you will call out on their shittiness, and they will get pissed off and mad, and they will take it whatever way they take it, and then you will be the bad guy. And I think you just got to be okay with that. You just got to be okay with being the bad guy. And as long as you stand in the fact of being neutral, where you're always seeing it from both sides and you're not judging, you're just simply, hey, bringing it to somebody's attention. Maybe you're being shitty in this moment. Maybe you should think about it. You know, I think you're doing your job. You're doing what you're supposed to. You know, we always have that moment of do I react or do I say something in this moment, right? And I think there's times our gut tells us to. Our gut is like, yeah, say something in this moment, you know. And I think just on a higher level of women, unfortunately, women are fucking catty and we're known to be catty. And it's sad that that's the level of women are, you know, have this shittiness towards each other. And I just want and hope that we change that, that we start to be more loving to each other as a fucking, you know, gender, that we start to look at each other and be more acceptable and inspiring and motivational versus judgmental, demeaning, and tearing down just to make ourselves feel better, which I don't do that, but I see it a lot, or I have seen it a lot in my life, should I say. Bye, boo. Right, right, right. Like, I'll just go to the corner with my opinion. Right, right. Right. I like the saying, if you don't have nothing nice, don't say it. But I do feel like at times you got to be the one to say what needs to be said. You know what I mean? Like it's a catch 22 in there. Like not saying in a particular situation that you should be like, oh, you're a fucking idiot, but when it's calling somebody out on their shit, I think that's the difference. There's a difference between demeaning and calling it like it is in a way where it's like, hey, like that's a real shitty attitude today. you know, hey, maybe you were really shitty to the person in Burger King right now. My daughter is really big on this. So, there were moments where I wouldn't even realize that I'm in the drive through and I'm so busy doing other shit that I would not pay attention. And she's like, "You gonna say thank you?" And I'm like, "Did I not say thank you?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Oh shit." Like, the simple thing of someone giving you your food or giving you a drink, even though they're doing their job, just a simple thank you to this person in the drive through. And my mind is just not there, you know. Um, I became aware of, damn, I am kind of rude. Like, damn, I can be nicer in my day. I could be nicer to the people handing me shit. I could be nicer. I can get a little bit more aware of what's going on because I'd be all over the place and not even pay attention. And she's really good at pointing it out. She doesn't give me 2 seconds before she's like, you're going to say thank you? Right. Yeah. Now we all know some people like to fight. We all know that some people like to um some people are dramatic. Some people are overly dramatic, right? Um we're going to talk about loyalty on another show, which will be next week. But we'll get into loyalty, of what loyalty means, because I do think people don't realize what loyalty means, and people expect loyalty even when they're being shitty. And so you will get called fake and phony because you don't stand behind someone who's being shitty in this moment. And so all of a sudden you're not a loyal person because you don't support the shittiness. And we're going to talk about loyalty on another one. So just remember, these morning shows are brought to you by Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings, where your questions get answered. I don't know if that's going to be my slogan or not yet. I'm playing with it. We'll see how it works. If you guys don't know, that is my website where you can book in-depth readings. You can go book classes. All of my classes are on 50% off right now. So you definitely want to jump on them as we're transferring to a new platform. Lock in the Moon Goddess Club should you want to come to the Moon Goddess Club. If you need more information on it, definitely get in my inbox. As the prices are going up, it is a club. It has dues. I wish that we could do it for free, but right now we cannot, right? I have my own decks, cat, that my I have one of my own that's on there, the universal guidance cards. It is listed on my website under the shop. So we do have a crystal shop. I don't have all my products on my crystal shop just yet. So just know, if you want to see all the products that I have, do check me on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the Divine Moon Goddess page. That's where I do the crystal live. I'm probably going to start trying to get in a couple different crystal lives on the different pages. So you probably will see pop-up lives here and there on the other pages. But definitely go to the website should you want in-depth readings, like love, career, spiritual pathway, past life, twin flame, looking for twin flame support, as I do specialize in that, guided meditation, healing, also birth charts, uh, dream interpretations, yoga, chakra yoga class. I'm trying to think what else we got. Shadow work class. We have a lot of stuff. So go check out the website, Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com. Okay. So again, just to know this, we're going to keep this morning show going. And I do start to plan on bringing some phenomenal women on the show. and having some deep conversations as we always do, right? We always go deep on these conversations. But so be looking for that for the month of December. Definitely this morning show is going to change a bit. So as always, you guys, I'm going to get it cracking. I got a lot of shit to do today. Have a productive, fun, crazy Friday. Go out there, go smell the fucking roses, go hug a tree, get out there and get some sunshine, okay? Sending you guys all love and light and love. Until next week. Bye.